Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Hollywood Cohen, back here once again on the DTF Sports Media YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome in. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back for more. Just wanted to make a quick little video of tonight's banger edition of AEW Dynamite, the July 5th, 2023 edition. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. But before we get started, just wanted to announce that we are getting ready to do a giveaway. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. When we hit 100 subscribers here at the DTF Sports Media YouTube channel, we are going to be giving away a $100 Amazon gift card to one of our lucky subscribers. So, smash that subscribe button to join the DTF family and enter into the giveaway contest for your chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. I mean, you know, with inflation these days, gas prices, you need free money. And it doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you turn on that notification bell so that way you can keep up with all the banger content that we have coming out here. But as I said, don't want to waste any time, so let's get right into this review of AEW Dynamite, baby. Kicking off the show, the crowd was hot. I have to emphasize this. They were hot to kick off the show in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and they were hot all night throughout the whole show. We started off the show with a blind eliminator tag team tournament match featuring Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin versus Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. And this is, a match that had a lot of tension in it because Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland can't stand each other. You know, Swerve Strickland turned on Keith Lee last year, put a center block through his chest at the end of the year. There's all kinds of beatdowns happening to Keith Lee by Swerve Strickland. So we already knew that this match is going to have a lot of contention in it. And I'm very, very happy that AEW went the route of showing us the past conflicts between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. So they didn't try to hide it. I saw some people complaining online that, they're not respecting storylines. They just drop and do whatever they want. Well, no, people. Just wait for the episode to happen and then give your critiques. Because obviously they didn't. So anyway, you know, Keith Lee comes out, he ignores Swerve Strickland as he comes down the ramp, and Keith Lee starts the match off giving Darby Allin a huge beal after Darby Allin slaps him. You know, the show opened up with a backstage segment, should add, of Darby Allin telling Keith Lee to get his head out of his ass, and that he needs to do something about the Swerve Strickland problem. Excuse me, getting a little too excited for my britches. But yeah, so this match obviously was Keith Lee overpowering Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. When Swerve got in there, they gave Darby and Cassidy a chance to get back into the match by utilizing some great technical wrestling. As we're used to AEW, like every match being a banger, you know, people with high work rate, you know, they don't hold back like some other promotions do for TV versus pay-per-view. So it was a great match. Ultimately, miscommunications between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland led to their downfall. Swerve hitting a 450 splash accidentally on Keith Lee, hitting his kicks on Keith Lee, and that eventually led to their downfall, where Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin were able to get the win when Darby Allin used his figure four pinfall on Swerve Strickland. Great match though, and I mean, I highly suggest you go in watching it just to see how hyped the crowd was. It will get you some energy straight into your veins, some adrenaline in your soul, as Cody Rhodes would say. After this match, we had a quick little vignette of Darby Allin talking about Nick Wayne turning 18 and coming to AEW. Nick Wayne is the son of one of Darby's former trainers, Buddy Wayne, who unfortunately passed away when Nick Wayne was still, a young teen, maybe even a preteen. Darby Allin took it upon himself to kind of be a big brother figure for him in his life after his father passed away. And he talked about how he convinced Tony Khan to check out Nick Wayne and offer him a contract, not because that's his friend, but because he's actually that damn good. And I agree. I've watched Nick Wayne and his tag team with GCW. If you haven't seen GCW, this tag team's called East-West Connection, I believe, with Jordan Oliver. Don't want to be misspoken here, so I'm just looking up in my notes right quick. Or not my notes, excuse me, but here on Pro Wrestling Fandom. Yes, East-West Express. But anyway, yes, Nick Wayne's going to be debuting next week on Dynamite, and this kid can fucking go. So definitely tune in, support him. He's got a bright future ahead of him. He's been wrestling since he was 12. After this vignette, we go backstage with Jungle Boy arriving and talking about how he's going to get his revenge on Hook. Hook comes out of nowhere, starts attacking him. Jungle Boy jumps back in the car. They take off. Hook is pissed. So we're continuing that. Eventually Hook is going to get him in the ring one of these days. After this, we had a vignette of Adam Cole and MJF working out together in the gym. And honestly, this was really funny, man. I really hope they keep going with this for at least a few more weeks. It kind of makes me want to see Adam Cole and MJF actually get on the tag team titles, because MJF is bringing out a little bit of the heel side of Adam Cole, and when that happens, Adam Cole looks a little puzzled, and but he's trying to fight it. He's trying to be a babyface, trying to tell MJF needs to do the right thing. Funny stuff, though, man. Definitely, yet again, I'm sure this vignette will be on YouTube. Go check it out. After this vignette, we had The Acclaim with Daddy Ass Billy Gunn versus the Bollywood Boys and The Blade. The Acclaim came out with a good, funny rap as usual, and this is just a standard match for The Acclaim and Billy Gunn to pick up the W and look good and strong as a trio. I'm assuming that they're probably going to be going for the Trios Championships here soon against the House of Black. Glad to see the Bollywood Boys doing something after leaving WWE. But man, I feel bad for the Blade, because I want Butcher and the Blade to be utilized as a good tag team along with the Bunny. I want her to be utilized in the women's division. I love the Butcher. He was a guitarist in the band Every Time I Die, one of my favorite bands. And, love the Blade. Pepper Parks. Loved Allie. Loved the Bunny. So I just hate that they've been mainly jobbing their entire time in AEW, but at least they're on TV, I guess. After this match and the Acclaim and Billy Gunn were celebrating, Harley Cameron appeared on the Titantron, and she addressed the Acclaim and Billy Gunn, talking about how they disrespected her by not allowing her to show her rap skills in the ring, but she has something for them. She's filmed a music video, and she's going to debut it next week. And she winks at Anthony Bowens, which is funny because it seems like she's trying to pursue him even though he's gay, and him telling her honey, I'm gay, I'm not interested. So good, funny dynamics to have going on there. I really like Harley Cameron. I think she's going to be the star out of the QTV stable, and I can't wait for her to make her in-ring debut. For those of you who don't know, she's the wife of Zion Quinn, NXT superstar. So, and he convinced her to get into wrestling after seeing her talents and whatnot. So I think big things are waiting for her. After this, we had a vignette package for Jon Moxley, talking about his complicated history with Eddie Kingston. Pretty much just telling Eddie, we came from the same place. We're the same guys we were when I met you back in 2009. But why are you so mad, Eddie? We've made it. We got everything we ever wanted. You need to let go of the past and embrace the future. And you stop bitching about the new generation, because it's up to us to mentor the new generation. And I see in you, and I want in you what everybody else wants in you for Eddie Kingston to live up to who he should be. And they also covered Eddie Kingston defeating Kenta to become the new New Japan Never Openweight champion. So that's really cool to see Eddie Kingston holding gold over in New Japan. They also talked about how Eddie Kingston is over there. He'll be competing in the G1 tournament, and how Bryan Danielson has a broken arm. So the Blood and Guts match that's coming up July 19th at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, each team is going to be down a member, so they have to replace those two members on each, or a member on each side. So we'll see in the coming couple of weeks who is going to be featured in that match. After this, we had Matt Hardy pulling his name out of the Blind Eliminator Tag Team Tournament, and the guy who pulled the name said, "Oh, it's Jeff." And Matt Hardy's like, "Oh, my brother Jeff Hardy?" And the guy who pulled the name said, "No, Jeff Jarrett." To which Hardy walks off saying he hates him, and then we went to commercial break. After that, we had Chris Jericho coming out to huge fanfare, huge mega babyface pop for him, even though he's a heel, but he's back in his home country and his home province of Alberta. He cuts a quick promo talking about how he's ready to reinvent himself, and no better place than being in Edmonton, back in his home province, right down the road from where he trained with Stu Hart. And funny little part here, the crowd was chanting or yelling Stu, but he thought they were booing Stu Hart, and so he was like, "You really going to boo Stu Hart?" That was really a little funny faux pas right there. But out comes Don Callis, and the Edmonton crowd is absolutely booing the hell out of him. Mega heat, like Dom Mysterio level heat right here. Don Callis talks about how 8 years ago to the day. He called Chris Jericho, asking him if he wanted to make history, or 6 years ago to the day, excuse me, asking him if he wanted to make history by main eventing the Tokyo Dome against Kenny Omega. And in their 34-year friendship, Chris Jericho surprised him by saying hell yes. And, without that match, AEW wouldn't be here. Chris Jericho wouldn't be here in AEW right now. And then Jericho talks about how, Don Callis was a businessman out of pro wrestling, and in 2015, 8 years ago, he talked to Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho got him back into pro wrestling. So without Chris Jericho, Don Callis wouldn't be here. Anyway, after that, a little flexing of each other's egos, Don Callis extends the invitation for Chris Jericho to join the Don Callis family, which is, I guess, a new faction that we have coming here. And everybody thought that Chris Jericho was going to say hell no, but he gave him a maybe, and then he walked off. We got a quick little Owen Hart Cup updates showing a promo package for CM Punk versus Samoa Joe this Saturday night on AEW Collision. That's going to be a badass match. CM Punk's never beaten Samoa Joe before. I believe they have a draw, and Samoa Joe has 2 wins in their 3 former face-offs in Ring of Honor over 17 years ago. And so this is going to be nice. CM Punk, I'm expecting to get the win here, but we will see what happens. We'll also have Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks in the semifinals of this same tournament this Saturday night. We had a little backstage segment of Adam Cole telling Roderick Strong that he needs to be careful. Roderick Strong was shown wearing a neck brace, and he said he felt fine, but the trainer was like, no, like, we need to take precautions given your injury history. Adam Cole got a text from MJF in which Roderick Strong was like, hey, yo, what's up with you and MJF, man? Like, that guy's a snake, watch out. And he's like, oh, I gotta go. But he was laughing at the text message. So again, teasing that further, like MJF trying to pull him back into being a heel, and also trying to eliminate him as a threat for his world championship, since they went to a time limit draw when they faced off in the title eliminator match a few weeks ago. But we had the Blind Eliminator Tag Team Tournament match here with Adam Cole and MJF versus The Butcher and Matt Menard from the Jericho Appreciation Society. This match was really good. It was really funny with the shenanigans, and MJF pretty much just kissing ass to Adam Cole. Of course, Adam Cole and MJF got the win here, which I was totally expecting. I feel bad for the Butcher once again because I want him to be getting some wins. Damn it, he's a powerhouse. Him and Blade and the Bunny. But anyway, this match is pretty much just pitting over how much like MJF is like sucking up to Adam Cole. And Adam Cole trying to tell him like, stop acting so goofy, man. Like, we get it. After the match, MJF announced happy birthday to Adam Cole. Streamers popping, had guys bring out cake and party hats and little kazoo birthday blowers. MJF, who's actually a really good singer, started singing a Boyz II Men style cover of Happy Birthday to Adam Cole. And Adam Cole stopped him and was like, look, man, we get it, you're a great singer, but you have to do all this. And then MJF insisted on him blowing out the candle to make a wish. Adam Cole did, and MJF, playfully was trying to push his head into the cake, to which Adam Cole reverses and pushed MJF's head into the cake. And MJF just laughed. He's like, oh, you got me, brother, you got me. And Adam Cole was like, sincerely, man, thank you for doing all this for my birthday. Thank you, my friend. And MJF was very happy with that comment right there. Crowd popped for it. So, we don't know where the storyline's going. We don't know if MJF's going to turn on him, if Adam Cole's going to turn on him, or if they're going to make it to the finals of the tag team tournament. I like the suspense. After this, we had Renee Paquette backstage talking to Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And Britt cut a quick little promo on Ruby Soho about how she beat her last year in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup to become the Women's Owen Hart Cup tournament winner. And she's going to do the same thing again here tonight in the semifinals. We had a vignette, or not vignette, excuse me, a backstage segment with Chris Jericho, Daniel Garcia, and Sammy Guevara. Guevara and Garcia telling Chris Jericho that he can't join Don Callis because they need him, and Jericho tells him that he's not going to be around forever, but they need to go out there, whoop ass, and win the tournament and become the tag team champions, and he walks off. Guevara and Garcia, they agree and to go finish business in the tournament. Then we had the Owen Hart Cup semifinals match for the women, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD versus Ruby Soho. Ruby was accompanied by AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm and Saraya. So Dr. Britt Baker was instantly outnumbered. This was a really good match. They harkened back on some of the spots from last year's match, which I thought was very brilliant. Almost had same finish with the roll-up pinfall with Britt Baker trying to get it. And whole match, Britt Baker was trying to get the lockjaw, and Ruby Soho has been also using the lockjaw these past few weeks. So she was trying to also put Britt Baker's own move on her. In the end, it was just the numbers game that got the best of Britt Baker. She had to end up going out of the ring to neutralize Toni Storm and Saraya. But it was too much in the end when Ruby Soho got her rolled up in the corner, and unbeknownst to the ref, with Toni Storm's help pulling her arm, got the pinfall on Britt Baker. So I like the finish. It was similar to last year's finish. And, these two, they definitely are not done with each other. Still a lot more to come from Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker. They're becoming mortal enemies in AEW, and I'm here for it. So Ruby Soho advances on to face Sky Blue next week in the next round of the matchups and semifinals of the matchup. And I love that Sky Blue came out to stare down Ruby Soho at the top of the ramp. Love Sky Blue. She has so much potential, so much promise. I'm glad she's finally getting pushed and not jobbing out all the time. I think she's fantastic talent, fantastic babyface, and it's going to be a good match next week. I hope that Sky Blue gets the win because I want to see her do some big things here in AEW. But I love Ruby Soho as well, and she definitely needs to get wins too, so I'm torn. We'll see what happens next week. But after this, we had the main event, Kenny Omega versus Wheeler Yuta. Of course, Wheeler came out to tons of boos. Kenny Omega comes out to tons of cheers, being hometown babyface, because I believe he's also from Alberta. Definitely know he's from Canada, so he's back in his home country. And the cleaner set his sights on trying to work through the injuries that he's been suffering from Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door, all kinesio taped up. But it was a great match, though. Really like Wheeler Yuta's work. The whole match was focused on Wheeler Yuta taking advantage of the injuries to the shoulder and the spine of Kenny Omega. And, the commentators kept pitting over how, the match with Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door 2 has left Kenny Omega in shambles, and that Kenny Omega has suffered 3 straight losses and never had back-to-back singles losses, but he suffered that as well, losing to Jon Moxley in a steel cage match back at the end of May, to then Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door, and now will it happen again here tonight against Wheeler Yuta. But surprisingly, Blackpool Combat Club was not ringside with Wheeler Yuta until Konosuke came out to interfere. Konosuke Takeshita, while the referee was out of the ring trying to throw out Don Callis, who had made his way down to ringside with a bunch of security stopping him. Konosuke gets in the ring, hits him with Kenny Omega with a Blue Thunder bomb, and Wheeler Yuta hits a big splash off the top rope and goes for the cover. We think it's going to be the end, but Kenny Omega kicks out hard. Kenny chants from the crowd. Then Kenny Omega ends up catching Wheeler Yuta with the one-winged angel for the win. Crowd is very happy, popping for the hometown boy, or the home country boy. After this, Claudio Castagnoli comes out, and with Wheeler Yuta and Konosuke Takeshita, they start beating down Kenny Omega, and then finally the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page run out with steel chairs. They start cleaning the house, giving everybody chair shots, and then right as the Young Bucks were getting Claudio up, and it looked like Hangman Page was going to give him a headshot with the chair, we see Dark Order come out and take the chair out of Adam Page's hand, and then the show is over. So we don't know how it ended. Hopefully we have a little social media update on that, but anyway, action-packed episode, guys. Action-packed episode. Very good stuff here at AEW. They always deliver when it comes to the work rate and the quality of the matches. My only criticism is the lone criticism that I've had, or not the lone criticism, but the main criticism that I've had for a long time with AEW, and the fact that they don't have more than one women's match on any episode. You have a very talented, very deep women's roster. You need to start doing at least 2 women's matches, guys. Come on. Tony Khan, I know you hear this. Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, do not ignore this. If you guys will tweet this video and at them, and so they can hear this, and also tell them, like, come on, let's see some more ladies on the card, guys. If NXT can do it, and they have 2 hours to work with, and they have more women on the show than you have on Collision, Dynamite, and Rampage combined, you're doing something wrong. But other than that, great episode. Highly suggest to go check it out if you can. But yeah, that wraps it up. That's all we have for tonight with this quick recap. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and tell me what you enjoyed from tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite and what you're looking forward to this week on Rampage, this week on Collision, and next week with AEW Dynamite. Also, hit that subscribe button if you're DTF, and hit the notification bell so that way you can stay up to date with all the hot content we have coming out. We got lots of wrestling content coming out. We got fantasy football content coming out. We got everything coming out here coming up. So make sure you plug in, tap in, and stay in with us. But until next time, I am out of here.